Hey guys, welcome to the tutorial. Today we'll be importing Google Earth 3D models into P3D or Prepared 3D. I'm pretty sure this works on all versions of Prepared 3D, V3 and V4 and V5. If you're in the future, you just need to wait till a certain model Converter X is compatible with V6 or Prepared 3D V6 if that ever comes out. Anyway, without further ado, let's go through the first things you'll need. I'll have these linked down in the description. So one of the first things that you'll need is this Prepared 3D SDK, which is one of the most important things for importing objects and creating objects in P3D itself. You can actually get the Prepared 3D V4 SDK and the V3 as far back as the V3 SDK. So yeah, once you've downloaded that, you will be able to use all the software, but this is the first thing that you should download. Blender, you just go download Blender, pretty simple, and that is what we'll use to put and import our objects directly from this thing called RenderDoc. So you need RenderDoc. I'll quickly show you that in just a moment and how all this works. So you just click download, and MapsModelsImporter, this is to import your models into Blender from RenderDoc. So yeah, this is, it reads the RDC file, so you can import it into Blender and then onwards. And then onwards after that, you just save it as a certain file and import it into Model Converter X, and we can import it into Prepared 3D. It says Prepared 3D V2, but it's for V4 and V5 and up. So yeah, you just click here to download, as you can see right there, or development release packages, either one. Just download that, and once again, I'll have all of these linked in the description down below. Also, another thing that you'll need is Google Chrome. Yeah, so that's one of the main things that you need. I'm not sure if it works on any other searching engine, I guess. But yeah, Google Chrome is the only one that I know of that works. So definitely Google Chrome is a must-have. So the first thing that you want to do is, once you have Chrome on your desktop, you just want to right click and click open file location. And then what you want to do is you just want to right click again and create a shortcut, and then it should appear on this desktop here. What you want to do after that is you want to right click. It should be something like this, or a file that comes up. It should say shortcut. I don't know why mine's white at the moment, but it should come up as a black readable thing. So once you have the shortcut, what you want to do is you just want to click properties, and I'll actually just link in the description the text that you need to type into this target. You need to change that target to this text right here, which again will be linked in the description down below. Once you do that, you just click apply and OK. So once you click that, you should have a message pop up saying GPU starting with PID or ID, and don't click OK. So this is the very important part. What you want to do is you want to open up RenderDoc, which I'm doing right now, which is here, and just remember that number 19000. It will be a different number for you, but it's 1900 for me. So just press inject into process and type 19000. There we go, it's already popped up. And press inject. So now you can actually press OK, and it will open up a special Google Chrome, which will be able to capture the specific Google Earth photogrammetry. So what you want to do is you want to click Google Maps, and then you want to click satellite, and then you just zoom out and just select a location of your choice. Now I'm doing a stadium in Brisbane, Australia. It doesn't matter, you can do whatever 3D object you would like. Just keep in mind, the further you zoom out, for instance, if I was this far zoomed out, the city would be really low polygon or really low detail. And then if I was to go further in, this close, obviously it's better detail. So what I'm going to do is, got the stadium here, as you can see, all its glory. And now what you want to do is you just want to change this over here, capture after delay, change it to 3 seconds, and click capture after delay. Just make sure you've got it positioned over here, and just press capture after delay and move the mouse around so it knows that it's taking the photo. Now, the next thing that you want to do is, now it's over here and it's configured. So just double click on that and press File and Save Capture As, and you can save it to wherever you want. So once you've finished the saving of the file, you got to make sure you save it as a RDC file, which I think it should automatically save as. You can just exit that there and just press, do you want to save this capture? Well, you've already saved it, so just press no. So once you've done that, you're pretty much complete, so you can actually shut this down. And now what you want to do is you want to open Blender. So this is where Blender comes in, so just click Blender. So now we are in Blender, so now we've got Blender open, so just make sure you have that open. What I want you to do is just press Edit and then Preferences, and we are going to install the Google Maps RDC option. So once you do that, you just want to press Install and then locate the Maps or Model Importer, and just select the folder or the zip and then press Install Add-on right here, and make sure you just tick the option. So once you've done that, you just press Import and then Google Maps RDC. You get a folder like this. Just locate your file, your RDC file, which mine is in the Suncorp Stadium right here, working RDC, and it should take a little bit to get into Blender. Sometimes it might say not responding purely because it's scanning a lot of stuff. So just wait a little bit, and there it is. So you might be wondering why there is no color. Well, there is no color because we just haven't selected this option here. So you just select that, and there's the color. So yeah, so now it is imported, and now we just need to make a few touch-ups and clean up the area and sides, and we'll just move that down a little bit so it's not above the ground. So what we have to do, just press here to unselect that bit. So obviously it is looking pretty good. So yeah, got the football posts, or as the Australians call it, we call it football, or footy, or NRL, rugby, all the same thing really. Yeah, so the stadium looks really, really nice, so I reckon this is going to look extremely nice in P3D. Unfortunately, I haven't found a add-on yet, or don't know currently how to make 3D night lighting for it, or to add night light textures to the actual building. So if anyone knows, just give me a text or anything. So what you want to do is you just want to right click and select all of that, so it's all selected like that, and then just press tab, and it should go all orange like this, and just select this these little squares up here. And once you've done that, you can start editing the area. So you just so I'm just actually making my way around. There we go. Okay, so if I just press the outside like that, it should go all black. So now we can edit the area. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to highlight that section there and just do it as neat as possible, and just press delete and press verticals. That should delete that portion there. We'll clean that up later. So next thing is we'll do this area. Now what I want to do is I want to actually keep in a little bit of this bit here, so I'm just gonna highlight that and press delete and verticals. It doesn't matter if it's uneven, because later on we'll fix that in and blend it with a bit of photoreal. I mean, you don't have to have photoreal for it. Onwards later, I'll make a separate video about that, but yeah, the photoreal's not necessary. It still looks pretty fine like this. But yeah, you can include roads if you want, if you're doing, like, say, a street area like this. So yeah. So what I'm just gonna do is So I've actually got photoreal for Brisbane a little bit for my scenery that I've got actually as a freeware. I'll link that in the description down below. It's on the company City Masters, and yeah, so I've got some photoreal, so it looks really nice and blends quite nicely. I might make a video on how to do photoreal. There's been videos on it about it already. I use FS Earth tiles just to bring it to life a little bit more. So what you want to do is you just want to keep editing around it as best as you can. So once you've cleaned up the area, what you want to do is you just want to press tab and just click over here, and there is your model pretty much complete in Blender and edited around. So yeah, it looks pretty darn good. The details are pretty good as well. I wasn't looking for extremely detailed, but that's as good as it's going to get. Obviously, if you went closer, it would have cut out a little bit, so you just got to make sure you got the whole building in. So once you have done the model, what you want to do is just highlight it again, and you can use these tools here to move them over a little bit. And yeah, so hang on, I'll just do this, and you've got that, and this is for the up and down. So what you want to do is just see these lines, and you've got to match them up with the ground level of the actual building as best as possible, as your object might be floating above the ground if you import it into the sim like that. So you can press this button to spin around the object. I'm just trying to get it in line with these lines. You don't have to, it depends really what you want. It's just a little harder when you're placing the object. So I have pretty much got the object rotated and to scale. So once you have done that, you just want to press this little mouse thing here and unselect it all. So here is my model pretty much all complete. So the next thing that you want to do is the model Convertor X stage. So just press File, Export, because we're exporting it out of the simulator, and press this DAE file, Collada default. So just select that. You should get an option to wherever you want to put it, and I'm putting it into Suncorp, and just name it whatever you want really. I'm naming it Suncorp here. So you just press Export Collada. So there we go. Exported 102 objects. So that is now exported, and we can open Model Convertor X, which is the next stage. So just put this on your desktop. Again, I'll link these all in the description. So just open that and select, just scroll down a little bit and select Model Convertor X.exe. Got a message there from Model Converter X. Okay, so once you have opened Model Converter X, the next stage that you want to do is you want to just be sure you don't close this because it reads some files in here, just minus that. So you just select this little wizard thing up here and press Convert and Place Object Wizard. A little window should appear, and what you want to do is you want to just select an output folder. And my output folder for the scenery will be, I'll just create one here, Suncorp finished. So I'll just select that folder. So go this PC, desktop, Suncorp finished. And that will be where it sends the files, or the final files that you can put into the sim. So what you want to do is you just want to select file to convert, and then scroll down to your Suncorp folder where you can sent or saved the file on Blender, which is right here. Just make sure it's not the RDC file, the first file we saved. So just press that, press open, and it should start reading. There we go. It's very quick. So here is the model in final state pretty much. So that is what it's going to look like in the simulator. As you can see, I'll just have a little checkup on it, which is looking pretty damn good. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it other than let's continue. So what you want to do is they should already be in the power of 2. If you get any errors regarding loaded textures, just press this little button up here and press it again, and you should go to the textures, resize all to the power of 2 and save textures. But that is only if you get any errors popping up here when it loads up, which you shouldn't, off my knowledge. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to just go above it like this, just to see where it's like in coordinates with these lines, because that is going to play a major part in the guessing game, which is can get a little bit annoying at times, but you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So the next step, what you want to do is you press Show Map, and it should come up with another window like this. Just select Google Satellite, because that satellite doesn't work for some reason. and just go to your country or wherever your object is and try and find it. Hopefully you can find it. You should know where it is actually. But yeah, so as you can see, there is a little building over here, and there's that building. So what I'm going to do, it's a little small, so what you want to do is you just want to press this to move the scaling up. So you can just hold it down to bring the scale of it up so it can actually fit into the slot where the actual Suncorp Stadium is, or whatever object you're using. So it is like that. So let me just have a look at this, and I will be right back in just a moment. So as you can see, there is the lines. So if I wanted to do that, I'd need to spin it around like that, because that bit is there. So you just look at these lines, because those crosshatches are that thing right there. So I'll keep spinning it around like this. It probably won't be the same for you. It really depends on how your object comes out in the Model Converter X. It can be quite a tedious process at first if you keep on testing out the object, how it looks in the sim, but you will get used to it over time of placing the objects. So let me just get this all sized up. So once you have finished placing your object, which I have just done just now, what you want to do is you want to select what sim you have your object in, or you use. And just before we do this, you just got to make sure you've got all your settings set up correctly and your BGL paths. And another thing that you want to do for this Model Converter X is you just want to read the manual and make sure you have the SDK for P3D installed, which should just be you should be able to install that via the website. So yeah, just make sure you have that installed before we carry on with this. So the next step that you want to do, don't know what happened there. Okay. Yeah, so the next step that you want to do is you want to just do a little bit of finalizing, which I am pretty much done. So what you want to do is you just want to select the simulator and press convert. And then it should start processing the object into P3D's format, as you can see, and it is finished writing of file, as you can see right there, and there's the BGL output. So once you have done that, you just want to X out of that, as you can do that now, and here in your Suncorp finished, or whatever output file you made, you should have something in your scenery and something, or a lot, in your texture folder, which holds all the textures needed to create this BGL file. So obviously what you want to do is you want to start up prepared 3D, and then you just click options here, scenery library, and add area, and just click browse, and you can find your package that you created. So I've actually put it into my Brisbane package, I call it, or the Brisbane cityscape that I've created, and I'll have that linked in the description so you guys can download that and enjoy it. So yeah.